Ta-da! This is what they're normally supposed to look like.
Don't leave that out there.
Ours did not look like that. Anyway, they're really tasty. I think we've had too much beer. Hi there, I'm Cheryl, founder of Sonicglow Candles. Welcome to the Scent Sessions. I can't help but reflect on those moments in life that give me a cozy feeling. Much like autumn in Ohio. Crisp leaves on the ground, a college sweatshirt for warmth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tailgate parties with thousands, tens of thousands of your closest friends.
Pretty much literally.
Yeah, and traditions that transcend time. In today's episode, my big sister Cathy once again joins me as we chat about fall in our home state of Ohio, as well as the awesome memories we have of college game days and our time at the Ohio State University in the 1980s. So let's get started. Follow along as we share the inspiration and stories behind our Ohio fall candle and make buckeyes.
And as always, we'll be having a cold drink while we chat.
That's right. What are we drinking today?
We are going to drink a Pilsner.
Okay, and what do Pilsners go well with?
Football.
College game days? Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
And beer. They go hand in hand.
Yeah, kind of goes with a lot of things.
That's right. So obviously, as we've mentioned before, we both grew up in Ohio. Like other parts of the country, Ohio in the fall is absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. A palette of colorful autumn leaves in reds and yellows and oranges and browns, paired with the smell of crisp autumn air and mixing with the leaves and the earth. The earth at that time of year is just amazing. And our childhood home had all kinds of mature trees on the property as well as surrounding the
we
woods.
basically had woods surrounding us on two sides.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
And, they were maple and oak and walnut and pine.
Lots of nuts.
Yeah. And I remember we would always help Mom and Dad rake leaves.
Yeah. It's not always voluntary. But
Well, yeah, chores, whatever.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
We'd build massive piles of leaves, then proceed to jump into the piles from a ladder. 3-foot ladder, 6-foot ladder, didn't matter.
All depended on the pile of leaves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would really suck, jumping into a really lame pile of leaves.
We were young.
So. Anyway, the scent of the leaves was seriously intoxicating and quite the scent memory for me. How about you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The crisp autumn air plus drinking warm or even cold cider. It was so wonderful. It really, really meant fall was there.
Yeah. What about so we had an overabundance of cider.
We did. We had
why?
orchards. We had so many orchards on Catawba, and apples would come in. We were known for peaches, but apples would come in, and it was always so fresh and so good.
Yeah, I remember Mom getting just bushels.
Oh yeah,
bushel baskets full of apples, and we'd peel them, and she would make apple pie, and oh my gosh, and then
she'd can apples too. For desserts.
It's so good. Apple pie.
Yeah.
Apple pie.
I know.
Anyway. Beer burp. No, all right. No matter how many years have passed, one of my favorite traditions this time of year will always be snacking on the buckeyes. And it's this decadent dessert that inspired the rich, creamy base of our Ohio fall candle.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, I know.
It's woody. It's nutty, a gourmand scent, truly unique. I've never smelled this anywhere in a candle.
Yes.
The sweet and salty peanut butter dipped in a chocolate scent really does come out. Oh,
Can't
it smells
eat
so
it.
good. No, I know, but you feel like you can.
That's right. It does smell delicious. And very cozy. When it burns, it's a very cozy, comforting scent. It's really amazing.
Background.
But yeah, the scent of the mature trees that line the oval. And, the oval is this massive main stretch surrounded by all the buildings, basically main campus.
The north and south ovals.
And, pretty much, get you from, one end of it is Mirror Lake. It ends at Mirror Lake. And the other end is High Street, right?
Well, yeah, all the way.
It ends at
For
High
sure.
Street, so it runs the length of it. Yeah.
And it's really pretty, and all the sidewalks just crisscross one another. And if you went to Ohio State, or if you've ever gone there, if you go up in the library upstairs and you can look down and you just
Bird's
see
eye
the,
view.
oh my
Yeah,
God, it's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It is gorgeous. And yeah, definitely in the fall, of course, all those colors are in the trees
leaves,
before they, fall. And, as you walk across campus in the fall, I mean, it just, it's just the crunching of those leaves and the sound. And the smells and the colors. It's a very sensory experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, of course, walking across campus to the horseshoe or the shoe on game day, obviously, was a big trigger. But then walking to High Street to go out to the bars, which, used to be, High Street was full of old school bars, which was great.
And small mom and pop stores and everything. It's
absolutely.
not necessarily like that, but anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's a shame actually.
It's not at all like that. So, but yeah, it was awesome because, again, it was that experience of walking across campus, either from the dorms or walking to High Street from off-campus accommodations, houses, apartments, whatever. But yeah, so often I remember John, our roommate, would wake us up in the morning. Every Saturday morning.
He was in the basement. We lived on the third floor.
That's right.
He would play it so loud you'd basically bounce out of bed.
That's right. Yeah. He would wake us after a night of drinking. Friday nights, of course, we'd be out at the bars drinking.
Of course, he was too. So we're not.
Of course, yeah. No, I mean
he was with us. He was with us.
Yeah, but that would be the first thing we would hear on a Saturday morning at 6 a.m. That's right. And he would literally drag our asses out of bed to pull on a sweatshirt, fill our leather botas, argue about what we're going to put in the leather botas, and basically walk across campus to the shoe for game day. So it was both dorms and then off-campus living that we had this experience for years. So was it the Buckeye battle cry that he would play?
Oh, that was the first thing he would always play. And then he would play To Biddle.
Yeah.
To Biddle is the best damn band in the land, so that's the acronym of To Biddle. And Ohio State's marching band is an all brass band, so they're really cool. And if you've had the opportunity to go online, you've seen all of their
Script
Ohio and all the different maneuvers that they've done. Is so cool.
Oh yeah, they've got it choreographed now, for
world
sure.
renowned.
Yeah, so, but yeah, for sure it was and I know the band always had like recordings that you could buy on CD.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But then I know also Carmen, Ohio was always, he would play that too, which was great because that was
always good. And I loved when Coach Tressel put that as part of the closing at the end of the game with all the players. That was really cool.
But he was after our time.
He was after our time, but you know what?
People
still eat Buckeyes.
We had Earl Bruce. So
we did have Earl Bruce, that's right.
And then John Cooper, whatever, we'll forget him. But anyway, so yeah, some of the songs though, I mean, so many awesome songs, of course, from the Ohio State experience, but Hang On Sloopy, which is like a, absolute
anthem.
State. Oh my gosh, yes.
I think it's actually our state anthem, Ohio, state of Ohio's
I'm not sure
anthem.
why,
it's
because it's just the 60s song.
I know, but it was
somehow
great.
we hijacked. I'm not sure why, but
it was great.
There you go. And then of course, like, literally all the great 80s tunes that you would hear either going out to house parties at the time or we'd hear out at the bars at that time. I know for a fact it was like there was a span of probably a decade at least where it was like Van Halen everything.
Yeah.
So
Jump.
like Jump was a great song. Asia, Heat of the Moment.
Heat of the Moment.
Yeah. Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
that
he was
like
huge.
Really
that was really big.
Yeah. Moni.
Billy Idol. Yeah, he had really broke out about
exactly.
then. Madonna, Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many.
The Cars.
Oh,
they were from Ohio too, so whatever.
I loved Cars.
So, but yeah, and then the OSU game day songs have kind of evolved over time. We have our favorites from when we were in school, of course, but I know that they've really adopted some additional songs like the White Stripes.
Yeah, they play that.
You know, when they play it when you watch it on game day now, you can hear those songs. That were never played. They didn't exist.
And I think that some of that is because the band started playing some of them and choreographing.
Yeah, and so they have it in the background.
Yeah. AC/DC.
Well, they existed when we were in
school. Well, they were, but the band didn't play it.
I know, exactly. That's true. They didn't have any of that stuff recorded.
No.
I mean, you got the band. Yeah. That's it. They didn't have any of the... Because we didn't even have like televised games really to speak of
Michigan
at that time.
OSU.
I don't even think ESPN existed really in the early days when we were at school.
I don't think it did.
I don't know what year they came around, but anyway, that's a different subject
MTV
altogether.
Just barely started.
Well, that was 81, so. But yeah. So I'll include a link to our Ohio Fall mixtape in the caption or description below, along with other details related to this scent memory.
Yeah, and actually there's a fun bit of history behind the origins of Buckeye candy, so we'll be sure to include that info too.
That's right, yeah. And honestly, if any of our followers have fun memories of college game days, dorm life, or their favorite traditions, either at Ohio State or another school, share your stories. We'd love to hear. And, honestly, if you didn't attend Ohio State at all, but maybe grew up in Ohio and you have fond memories of just fall in Ohio, we'd love to hear from you.
I keep smelling it because it's a different scent. It's a gourmand scent,
It's very unique.
And it just brings to mind the comforting scent. And it really doesn't matter where you're from. It's sure to put a smile on your face and perhaps to the backdrop for making new memories.
That's right.
On your football Saturdays.
On your football Saturdays.
Or
any day during the fall.
Yeah, exactly. So please share your memories, new or old, in the comments below.
And then let's eat those buckeyes.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Woo! All right, so we have all the ingredients for a batch here. We have the 2 cups sifted powdered sugar. We have 3/4 cup smooth peanut butter. We have 4 tablespoons unsalted butter. We have 1/2 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon table salt, 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, and 1/2 teaspoon of vegetable shortening. All right, first you need to line a baking sheet with parchment or wax paper, which we've done here, and then set that aside. And to speed things up, we've already completed the next steps for this, just to make everything go smoother. So the next step is to add the powdered sugar, the peanut butter, vanilla, and salt in a large mixing bowl, and beat well with a wooden spoon or knead by hand until smooth and pliable, but not sticky.
That's right. So anyway, let's fast while you're beating that or doing that, whatever. Wait, doing that. Anyway, fast forward to college.
Another beer.
We both attended Ohio State in the 1980s. We both lived in the dorms our freshman year, and then we moved off campus for the remainder of our time at Ohio State before graduating. Dorm life was so much fun, and personally, I made so many friends just in that first year of school that I am still close to 40 years later. Gathering all of our dorm mates and making the trek across campus to the horseshoe, or the shoe, on game day is a cherished memory.
It was so much fun, and going to the shoe, just amazing. Just all the people, but everybody with one thought in mind.
Right, go to the games.
Go to
the game.
Go Buckeyes.
Go tailgate, have fun. That's right.
Well, let's go back to the Buckeye candies. We're going to roll the peanut butter mixture into 1-inch balls and put those on the baking sheet. Then after we do that, we're going to place the baking sheet in the freezer until the peanut butter balls are firm. It's about 15 or 20 minutes or so.
That's right. So, and again, as an OSU alumni, I look forward to College Day every fall because of this memory. If you grew up in Ohio, you know that OSU was the football team in the Midwest. Wink, wink. And with that came deep history and tradition around the football program. You couldn't escape it. And if you went to school there, those traditions became rooted deep in your blood for life. Those memories were the inspiration behind our Ohio Fall Candle, which is a cornucopia of warm, rich scents that permeated the air every year as we marched across campus through piles of colorful leaves to the horseshoe for Saturday's game. But let's talk about these buckeyes, the candy that we're currently making, not the football team. So what exactly is a buckeye?
Okay, so Ohio State's mascot is based on the Ohio buckeye, which is our state tree and nut. Mm-hmm. It's a dark brown, inedible nut that resembles a chestnut and grows from the Ohio buckeye tree.
That's right.
And so at any OSU football game, you'll find Brutus Buckeye, he's the mascot, cheering up the crowd with a giant buckeye for his head.
That's right.
And before you go to the game, or go into the stadium, I should say, on game day, you'll also spot this candy, this buckeye, lining tailgate spreads for hundreds of yards. Pretty much everybody has it. And like it's a staple at Thanksgiving and Christmas even, because it is a candy.
Yeah, and even out here on the West Coast, we have game watch spots, and oftentimes you'll share a package of Buckeyes, either freshly made or one that you've ordered online from a company back in Ohio. And that's kind of a tradition, is just to kind of, meet your fellow Buckeyes. You don't know one another, but maybe they came in to watch the game and everybody shares the Buckeyes.
And you see their eyes light up when they see those Buckeyes come in.
Because it is so good. Yeah, so Buckeye desserts form the centerpiece of many OSU alumni parties, and they're a must-have in my house.
Oh yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. I pretty much all my friends from school, all my friends from Ohio.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a staple. Yeah. Okay, so while Cathy is mixing up the peanut butter into these little balls, the next step is to melt the chocolate and shortening in a small bowl, okay? And then typically what you do is you set that over a saucepan of simmering water, stirring often until smooth. It's got to be a nice, creamy, smooth chocolate. And you remove that from the heat, and voila. So let me go do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, here's our melted chocolate ready to use.
So now you insert a toothpick into the center of each ball and dip about 3/4 of it into the melted chocolate, leaving a small circle of the peanut butter exposed at the top.
You do know that these look like meatballs.
This is what I thought. Okay, we can't do this.
Well, okay, try again.
The chocolate's not working either.
I know. Everything is really, that's not what it's supposed to look like. Anyway,
So we're gonna just automatically have the other stuff. This is the end result.
Put each one on the baking sheet, and then you remove the toothpick and repeat dipping process. If you would have made them right to begin with. Anyway.
Or you can just pick it out with the toothpick and eat the gooiness in there.
Anyway, hold on one second. So this is what you do. Could you stop messing with that? Watch. Ready? Ta-da! This is what they're normally supposed to look like.
Don't leave that out there.
Ours did not look like that. Anyway, they're really tasty. I think we've had too much beer. Anyway, one good thing to do is go online.
Yes.
And order Buckeyes. They're already made. One of our favorites is Marsha's in Perrysburg, which is close to where we grew up. But
or if you have somebody that that
can actually
make
Sorry about that. but not.
And then there's Cheers.